thanks for watching Doing Life with Jenny. Today we are going to talk about 5 things that maybe you did not know about teaching. Stay tuned. Number 1, teachers do not get paid for the summer. Listen again carefully. They do not get paid for the summer. They might be receiving their checks during the summer, but they take their salary from when the time school starts until the time school ends, and it gets split up over 12 payments. But they're not getting paid to sit there at their house all summer. It's a big misconception. Which brings me to the other point for part 1, is that our summer is not just 100% vacation. Not gonna lie, a lot of it is, but not all of it. In order to maintain our teaching certificate or license, whatever your state may have, we have to clock so many professional development hours. So the summertime is a good time to go to those workshops and conferences, by the way, which we pay for out of our own pocket 9 times out of 10. Okay? Summertime is also a good time to revamp the curriculum if it needs revised, to kind of make any big changes that would just be easier while you have that big chunk of time in the summer to get out of the way before you have students in your classroom. And then the last thing I want to say about point number 1 is that when teachers go those few days or few weeks before school starts to get their classroom ready, we're also not getting paid for that. The few days where teachers have to be in the building before students arrive, those days are full of meetings. We have different workshops, we have different, what do we call them? Modules we have to do about bloodborne pathogens and diabetes and that sort of stuff. It's not just free time to get stuff done in the classroom. I know the proper word is finished, but we're just being very casual here. Yeah, so especially for you elementary teachers, oh my goodness, you have to spend so much time getting your classroom ready into little centers, and you have toys or whatnot, and you have to be organized for the kids. So it just involves a lot more than, let's say, a high school teacher would need to do. Point number 2 is sort of related. We don't get to do our job during the school day. Okay? During the school day, we are teaching. We are with the students. Where do you think the lesson plans come from? Where do you think grading comes from? Where do you think emails, communicating with parents come from? They come from after school hours, us doing the majority of our work for free. Yes, teachers typically have a free period during the day to complete some of these tasks, but you usually can't complete all of them during that planned period. And therefore, you must do the work for free at home or in your classroom after hours. Point number 3, it is difficult to use the restroom. If you're lucky, your classroom is next to a restroom and you can run across the hallway or next door to use it in between classes. However, if you are an elementary teacher, your students aren't moving every period. They are there. You cannot just abandon kindergartners, nor seniors in high school, for legal matters, to use the restroom. So you have to hold it, wait for lunch, wait for your plan period, hope that your lunch and your plan period are not back to back, so you can have a restroom break earlier or later on in the day. So if you do have some kind of bladder or digestive issue, you're pregnant, it is going to be difficult for you. Point number 4. There is way too much to know about the students. I would think everyone realizes that we have to be familiar with the students' personalities and with like the way that they best learn, what they respond well to, of course. But you also have to know who's allergic to bees, who has asthma, who's allergic to gluten. So many possibilities. Like, oh, you have to know that Johnny's dad is not allowed to be the one to pick him up because of custody issues. You have to be aware of any changes. Like, I've noticed in the past, like, an A student has dropped down to like a C or a D for an extended period of time. So I make sure I reach out. Maybe there's something going on at home or there's a medical issue, so I can help that student. And unfortunately, in this day and age, we also have to watch out for changes that could maybe, how do we even say this? Like, raise a red flag that the student might come to school and shoot at everybody. Because unfortunately, that happens, and we have a lot on our plate. This is especially difficult for middle school and high school teachers since we have a different group of kids coming in each period. We can easily have 150 plus students. We have to know all of this about each one of them. And then point number 5, which is very different from the rest, is that teachers honestly do care about their students. And not just about their grades, but as people as well. I know sometimes students have the opinion that, Miss Smith, Mr. Jones, they just don't like me, they're always picking on me. That is not the case. If we're saying, hey, you have your homework today? Hey, don't forget your homework tomorrow. Hey, don't forget your project tomorrow. It's because we care. We want to see you succeed. Maybe we go about it in the wrong way to express that, but if you feel like the teacher is always on you, it's just because they do truly want to see you do your best. I haven't had any students tell me this, but sometimes I feel like I might be ignoring some students. But it's totally a personality thing, not me doing it on purpose. If a student is very extroverted, they are usually the one like holding the conversation, and I kind of feed off of that. If the student is introverted, I also tend to be introverted, so it's harder for me to like be extra chatty with them. So it's not that teachers have their favorites, it's just like how the personalities mesh. Also, if I have this group of students over here that like they have the material down, I'm not going to call on them maybe as frequently because I need to check in with these students and make sure they're keeping up. So it's never what it looks like on the outside. And again, maybe this can be the teacher's fault, myself included, not explaining this or not going about it in a better way. But trust me, we all deeply care about our students. If not, they need to get the heck out of there and find a different job. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you have subscribed so you can see the next video. Ciao!